people.
I was
But-
second for
I'm like, it's yours.
Thought I was high.
It's a Villains Talk podcast started with yours truly. I go by the name of Ugo. To my immediate left, we have Armani, we have Kanice, Uche,
Yes, sir.
and last but not least, Chitty.
Next time, respect me with my full name.
Whatever.
Uche.
Anyways, like I was saying, before this baboons decided to yap,
That's racist.
we have a host of
We get like a new look every week.
Yeah, Ugo was a Spartan
have
monkey last week, right?
Oh.
Anyways, the mic can pick that up. But we are going to talk about a host of topics today. Some really trendy ones that got the internet buzzing. And as of right now, we're going to start off on one. And I think it's pretty much the most popular one, objectively speaking. And it is Xmen 97.
Of course.
So I'm going to start off with you, Kanice. What are your first thoughts on it?
Xmen 97 is a great continuation of the original series of 92. Everything's fleshed out very well. The pacing is beautiful. The character development, the plot, the existential crisis.
Find it.
Yeah. Like it fixes a lot of the issues that the original had, but also builds on top of that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So you have characters that get shined that nobody ever knew about, like characters like Morph. Nobody knows who Morph is, but they make him interesting. You know, just stuff like that. And they also implement a lot of stuff from the comic books as well.
Yeah.
So
I did like Morph. Morph was a gateway to bring in new characters too.
yeah, exactly.
You can hear what I'm saying.
Okay.
Morph was a good way to bring in new characters. They brought Quicksilver in through him. They brought this one character that was only on. I didn't know.
I know Joe.
Is that her name?
The one that flies, or
Nah, there was the one that only playing Marvel vs. Capcom. He was like the pink sword and everything. They brought her.
It's like
oh, it's Cylon.
Yeah, like Silent. It's like they used Morph was the key. I like that's the reason I like Morph. Morph was a good way for me to bring all my other favorite characters I didn't know the name of.
Okay.
That was nice.
And one thing I was looking like, what the fuck? Where did even Quicksilver even came from? And I was like, oh,
I said the same thing. I saw the trailer. I said, well, okay, where's Quicksilver at? And then all of a sudden, that's Morph. I said, cool. So Morph. So basically, I don't mind you. This is my first time actually like really dive into Morph. Does Morph get the powers too?
I
That's what I'm saying.
Before we get to that, also Armani, what are your first thoughts of the series?
I really like the series. I feel like it has good action scenes. We're getting a lot more stuff that we haven't seen in like a long ass time, I would say.
She read the comic books, but
Yeah. But I feel like Xmen 97 is a good way for like people that haven't like watched the old shows back in the day, just get back into the groove of things.
yeah.
I would love to have watched the old show back in the day, because starting off with Professor Xavier fully being dead, it's kind of just like, damn, like we started off like real big already. But I feel like right now it's at a good pace right now.
Yeah.
Good pace. 7 episodes in, I like it
All right.
so far.
Chitty, what you think?
Personally, I only saw bits and pieces of the original series, and I'm the type of person that can't really go into a continuation without the previous. So Xmen 97 was doomed from jump. I heard they scrap, so that's cool. Maybe I'll feel like it someday in the future, but as it stands right now, y'all can keep it.
And you stand on that?
Oh, easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Damn.
Well, all right.
Damn business.
that's what I'm saying.
Damn business.
This is why we don't take everybody's opinion seriously. We have men like him who walk this earth, thinking that they could do whatever they want like this and have an opinion. I don't think it's necessary.
But what do you think would be the correct way to go about with dealing with these type of people?
Usually I'm into purging them. You know what I mean? Purging them is
That's cleansed.
Yeah, that's cleansing.
Any words to reinforce your statement, sir?
See, the only thing worse than Kanice is a JoJo fan. And he happens to be both.
Happens to be
Okay. So, moving off that energy, more or less, what series would you put on top of Xmen 97? Give me your position.
Man, personally, I'm just thinking in this day and age of technology and attention span, you really got to pick something that's...
But like
But like generally, like we have a very strong season one showing gore and all of that other stuff, and then season two coming, especially with the delays cutting it in half. They had a lot against their own doing to work back up to, and personally, these last few episodes I'm seeing, we're really watching a character that is having to choose. Be like, I want this life. I grew up a human. I had to fight for keeping that humanity of me, and now he has school. He has a relationship to deal with. He has life to deal with. People have been traumatized, and he's trying to balance all of that with just being himself. Like these powers that he wanted as a kid are now a big burden that's changing everything about what he would have grown up to be. To the point where he's like, I wish I never had these.
Like that show is really like a real life show. Like we're getting the boys, but we're getting like a more human aspect of it all. Like I really respect Invincible for like taking on much more deeper topics, like especially with Mark's mom dealing with the depression of like handling all that burden that what's his name?
That her life was a lie.
That life is a lie that she's
Right.
really been toying with for all these years. So it's kind of just like that aspect makes me like really care for her or like relate to her and stuff like that.
I mean, really, Mark's character development, like Mark's whole character, the family dynamic was nice and everything. But like one thing, like especially the new season did, like even though he was a short character lived, Angstrom, like was his name?
Yeah.
Angstrom was an interesting character by itself, right? The twins, of course, was nice as well. But then it's like you would never thought I would never have thought Rex would be up there in my top. You know what I'm saying? And maybe in the top 3. But look what he's doing. Like
1v3 people.
1v3. Not even a fight. Like a fight was cool. Don't be wrong. But it's how he was treating people after that. How he changed his whole momentum. And mind you, if you saw season 1 is. You will never saw how season 2. Like, but mind you, there's many characters like that. Like I said, Omni-Man himself, right? Invincible, his mom, Angstrom. We're talking about we're talking about Rex. We're talking about what's the pink girl? I'm forgetting her name all of a sudden. Eve, right? We're talking about Eve. Shit, the whole dynamic, and then I can go on forever. You can go like what's it? Immortal.
Can you really go on forever?
Yeah, there's a lot of
Even the
characters.
agent. The agent.
Even and the agent was like, that's top 3. And it's top 3. He's top 3. And he's top 3. Like,
And then him being the only one that can talk to the victim of like saying
Yes.
and he's like, how did you deal with it? And bro said, I didn't. I had them erase me every time so I wouldn't make the wrong decision, bro. He's 98% machine. Oh my god.
And that's only just a hero being a hero. Not even like thinking about all the consequences or the shit that he just been through. Just saying, I gotta do what I gotta do.
I gotta do it. You feel me? Like somebody gotta be there.
I mean, Invincible, like I said, it's an amazing series. At the end of the day, Mark's growth, his like you said, you touched on it already. Him dealing with trying to balance the life of being a student, a big brother now, finding his father, dealing with that, and his depth in his character is actually very amazing. His mom is probably my favorite character within the series because she's trying to keep it together, knowing that she was looked at as that her whole life was a lie up to this point.
I just feel like a butt's coming. I can feel it.
Not for me.
Okay.
The characters is the one thing I'll never touch. The story, the pacing, the way they do the seasons is still annoying. Like 5 episodes and then have to like pause and then like we have to wait like another year before we get another season. Like that's annoying.
I swear that was a money scheme, bro.
Yeah.
It was my scheme.
Because all I'm saying is my Amazon Prime renewed in that time period.
Yeah,
Hey.
Oh, we big.
Hey,
That's
you feel me? And I was like, and I actually, I'm shit you not. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna cancel Prime, bro. I don't need this whole. And then I said, wait, Invincible, wait, The Boys, and then you gonna drop Fallout?
Fallout.
We'll talk about that shit later. Trust it.
Is that really a pacing issue with the show, or is like this production?
No, it's a pacing issue.
Fam, Invincible's one day announced season 1, season 2, and 3 together. Top of that was over what, a year and a half, 2 years ago.
That's probably 2
So
years ago.
the whole story's complete. They knew what they had licensing to. And when they've already been dropping episodes, plus there were no major crazy fights. Second part. You feel me? Nah, fam.
And there was okay. So one
Hang on, like, bro.
what I'm trying to say is like okay, there's 2 different things in the pacing I have in my head, so I'm trying to see what we're doing. Like no, I'm depleting my boundary when I say this. Like One Piece pacing, for example, you know they stretch it out, right? Or like some events, right? Versus like not dropping stuff for a good amount of time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean by like the pacing thing, the difference. I'm saying like, are you counting this as pacing or just I just count the production or just?
I think this is an issue of production because that type of pacing you're talking about would be if the series was still in creation, like AOT. AOT had a 4-year gap between one of the seasons. Yeah, because the manga had to continue.
It's production,
But like,
pacing.
there's no.
You see what I'm saying,
Yeah,
then, right?
See what you're saying,
There's no
but, like,
excuse here. Invincible's been done.
And you're not wrong on that, which is Amazon like really need to refund us on certain aspects.
Or
Personally, I'm looking at the movies on Amazon Prime. Babysitter Killer. I think this was called.
I'll check that
I'm
out.
good, pretty much.
You talking about Netflix?
No wait. It's called Totally Killing. That's what it's
I'll
called.
spin back. Now the regular Prime you had comes with ads. I'm on to you guys.
Oh no,
I'm on to you guys, bro.
We're talking to you guys later on. We have asked them. We're gonna pay more to no
Me
ass.
personally, I
What's up
get
to you?
that shit for free for Xfinity.
What?
He
I
just,
get it for free.
he just had to grab the mic and say that.
And we don't talk.
I get it for free.
We'll talk later.
Discussions will be had. But
Back to
you know, I was looking at your face when Chitty and Uche were talking about, you know, the best qualities of Invincible, and I was also looking at your face, Uche, when Kanice was talking about the qualities of Xmen 97. So I'm seeing some sort of a divide between you black monkeys. So I wanted to say, starting with Chitty,
When are we not divided?
we'll go one by one from Chitty up until Armani, and I want to know which of you guys is between Team Invincible or Team Xmen 97.
It's overall, man. Now Xmen 97 might be a bit biased against because it only has one season we're working with, but I'm easy picking Invincible.
Fair. Okay. Uche?
You know how you said wait till episode 6 or 7 before I say anything? I see what he meant by wait till 6 or 7. I saw it. Very good. Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna knock X-Men 97. Episode 1 to 7, good. I just feel like if we're comparing all of Invincible, what they dropped, and just X-Men 97 by itself, X-Men, they can do it. But nah, I feel like Invincible right now, yeah. I have to go and see the other series in the past and see what the new season they drop, if they drop another one. And then I'll go back to but as of right now, Invincible.
We'll get into that. What's your position, Coach?
Don't get me wrong. It's not a blowout. You know what I'm saying, between the two. But I just lean slightly.
I don't know about that. Man. It's a wide margin, in my opinion.
Everybody got their own opinion.
I believe it's a wide margin too, and it's leaning towards X-Men. It's leaning all the way towards X-Men.
But you're going off but you're going off a history of what you already know about X-Men. You know what I'm talking about? What we've seen from the X-Men and 7
Like think about like literally.
we know why.
Brand new.
Stop. Hey, we won't get to this. Let me finish this vote.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's what shit to say too.
Okay.
What team are you?
Like I was saying, I'm leaning towards X-Men, of course. You know what I'm saying. I'm always gonna go. You know what I'm saying. Better series.
Armani?
Hey, man,
To me.
Charles, don't make me see it.
No, I have one thing to say. You know what I really had to like deal with for a little bit? When they said like, oh my X-Men, when they said my X-Men that many times, y'all don't feel any type of way when they kept on saying that stuff?
Yes.
I have to go back to my X-Men. That Marquito said it, my X-Men. I'm like, y'all gotta stop. It's gotta stop.
Bro, like, you know, a new costume.
When this topic came up in the group chat, I was like, this is unfair because let's just say a new person for the first time was watching X-Men 97. They're watching it all the way to episode 7. If a person dies, you should feel something for them. When so and so died, I don't know if we could do spoilers or we should say it.
We'll get into that.
When Gambit died, I was like, damn. That was cold. That was cold as fuck.
I disagree because I know. Well,
Wait, what?
That was cold.
no, the reason why I see what you mean because I love Gambit. Gambit,
I like Gambit.
But they didn't. I see what you're saying. If you just watch 1 through 7, they didn't build enough for you to really like. Okay, I feel that way.
Yeah.
Me, I love Gambit. When I saw him, I was like, damn, he died again.
All right, we'll get into that. So we're gonna lay out a good structure for this
I'm
argument.
gonna keep it Invincible just to like let that be.
Your team Invincible?
Team Invincible.
So it's Khalees versus everybody.
No, hey.
Oh,
Hey,
Oracle.
Randy picks his.
Oracle, your team X-Men?
Ow.
Yes, all day.
We'll get into that. All right.
I mean, there was way more emotion
Where?
No, for real, where?
in X-Men
Where?
than there was to me
No worries.
than Invincible.
We'll get into that, right?
I mean, there's so many reasons, like pacing issues, story. There were a lot of characters I just was not feeling like that. Like Mark and his family had a very tight story and character build. The surrounding characters, not so much.
Hey, sure was. Hey, Ugo.
Don't really care.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Eva.
So,
Go ahead.
for the name of this segment is pretty much X-Men versus Invincible here, since you have some sort of a divide, obviously. So I'm going to lay out certain key points that I want you guys to go by.
It's 4-on-3.
It's bar.
Literally.
Go ahead.
Had to jump out. I don't want to say it. It was fucking.
Monkey.
Is it good?
But we're going to talk about the characters, obviously, the plot, or you could say the plot, as in the way the story is narrated from point A to point B. We're going to talk about the world. We can talk about what characters, supporting cast, and things of that nature, and pivotal moments that you would use whenever you're talking to someone who's trying to get into either one of these series. All right, so that's pretty good. So we're going to go around, and we're going to start off by characters, right? We can talk about the plot, but try not to like merge it too, because I want us to give decent arguments for each specific category.
I won't say too much. You feel me? I'm an invincible person. I don't think there's like much I have to defend. This is a very character driven story. This is a very character driven story. You feel me? Like we are watching Mark and his upbringing as Invincible.
Right.
We have seen the emotional impact of people's choices, decisions, and the circumstances life brings. You know, X-Men's cool. You know, when Cyclops was getting punched and bro was like, it's the way you whine, you know, as a black man, I felt that, you know, like,
That was crazy. That was crazy.
I just hate that you whine. I'm like, oh.
You know, think about you mutants? I said, it's bringing memories of something. My ancestors.
My skin started itching a little bit. I said, oh.
I got mad for the regular lie.
All I heard is the ruckus theme, but regardless of that, you feel me? Like Invincible does have it for me and characters, and as we can obviously all see why. When season 3 drops, and you know, old girl that came and put the hands on him spins back, you gonna see.
Okay.
X-ray.
I went Invincible too. Like characters alone, like if I'm looking at 97 alone, characters are good. But like I know my story about Genosha, all the other stuff about X-Men, Magneto,
Which is really cool.
It's really cool. Like if you know everything about the characters and some lore about them, you should know about the 97 is like really more than you think it is. If it's just not but alone 97 from 1 to 7, I wouldn't say it compares to some of the characters like in
Wait, hold on, Shay. Before you finish that, just think about like as of just like you just looking at it just
brand new.
Brand new.
If you're brand new. The characters,
yeah,
not including the old series, it's not gonna be the same because like for example, I'm just talking about Angstrom himself. He was I like this character a lot. He was short, simple, but look how fast of a character he was. Like in the show, like you understood him immediately, try to be good, and then you start to sympathize with him. Like, dang, he's that one good Angstrom. What was it? What's his real name?
His real name is Angstrom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine as one good dude from that universe where Mark is good, surrounded by thousands and thousands. What's a million? I don't know how many thousands of other Angstroms.
That is the only universe where Mark is good.
Yeah, and that's also overshadowed.
Yeah,
that's no matter how much he tried, he was never gonna be like, I'm gonna be nice to Mark. There was no way because there was too much hatred in him. Get good at control it.
And then the way it like evolved was terrible too because it's like his Mark's universe's Angstrom was good too. Mm-hmm. The only reason, like mind you, the only reason he got disfigured because my utopia will not be built on blood.
Yeah,
he gets hurt. He's angry for being hurt, so he wants to get back on the one Mark that caused this pain. But that's also the one Mark that's good. So when he's telling this Mark about all the bad shit he's done, because he doesn't want to he does not want to admit that he wants his ass because of the fucked up surgery.
He wants his what?
He doesn't want to admit that he wants payback because of the messed up procedure. But now he has to justify causing pain to him and his family by the things he has done to everyone else. But this Mark ain't do it. And that is crushing this man's brain, bro. It's destroying him.
And mind you, I'm not gonna go any deeper about any of the character because
What
his
you witnessed it, like crushing him, destroying him?
No, you literally see him.
You literally see it,
You
like,
literally see him.
you
He's
see
sitting
him
there, he's
tweaking.
grabbing his head, he's squeaking. He goes, "No, you're wrong," but he knows he knows what he's being told is correct. But he's literally grabbing his head like, "No, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong." He's wicked, he's evil. And then his mom, like Mark's mom, is like, "You, that's what you hate. You hate that this is the one good Mark. My Mark didn't kill people. My Mark got beat to death to save those people. He drove Omni-Man away. I raised the one hero."
And mind you, short character. I'm not gonna go too much about the character. I just like this character because short, simple, and was hooked immediately. Like I can go with my other characters, but Ancient Alone is like a good prime example because it's fresh up the minds. Like, look at what he did, look at what damage he did, and you can really sympathize with the type of character he is. And he was fast. So you barely saw him on screen. You saw him work a little bit behind the scenes, and boom,
He came and got right to
and
it.
then. So I'm not gonna go any deep about that. Just know that I feel like if that little character like that can do it, imagine every other character that started from season 1 to season 2. So yeah,
You already know his motive and everything. Like, I understand why you doing everything.
All right, enough of the yapping, bro.
Hold on. Let him finish.
Skip over me.
No. Let him already go. He's invincible. So let him go.
Go ahead.
I just feel like
This yapping has been going on for too long.
all I gotta say is that based on what Chitty said, like you can already tell like his motives and why he's doing it.
say new character. Actually, I can go deeper. Action forever. You got the new character. Like I'm trying my best not to stay on this character too long. So like he's really deep. It was short. Like come on now. Like yeah. What I'll say. You want new character? New character.
Okay.
I'll let you go.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I can do a lot more characters.
Just
Go
name
ahead.
another. Yeah, name another action. Yeah.
All right, so look, man. We got the agent who is literally replaceable at any given time, but does not have any recollection of like any of his deaths, but had truly just watched the videos that like Cecil I think showed him at one point in time. Now he's literally just getting like all these memories and stuff like man, how the fuck I'm dying like this, and like why am I going through this, and why I don't feel anything. Man really goes into a full in-depth like of why, like damn, I'm like I feel depression, but like I just want to like have more purpose. And still, this is what's Odu's boyfriend name?
I don't really. Is
Yeah,
it
the
Michael?
blonde hair dude.
Is his boyfriend named Michael?
I think so. I'm not sure of his name.
The first.
Was it Jason or James? It started with a J.
James might be right.
It's not relevant, but we get what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was relevant to the story,
But it's like everybody is relevant in this story. Even like the dude's boyfriend, like he went through the same sort of thing, and they both bond over that. Over like even though it's a suicidal moment, can't really say that, but it's still like a touching moment to know that they both can relate over something that's very like touching and like a very traumatic situation.
man's hit the. I know how you feel. How could you know? Trust me. I do, and you're like, oh well. He's the one person that does.
Let's finish real quick. All right.
But that's what I gotta say, man. I just feel like a lot of characters, even the side characters, are very in depth, and Invincible's better.
Yeah, it took 3 people to defend 2 characters. Let me go ahead and do it real justice.
Real yap.
Okay, first off, we could talk about Magneto.
I knew you were gonna go there.
Magneto's character development
Well, now-
up to this point. Bro, when he had that United Nations meeting with all those people, and they were talking about this is not what Professor X wanted, da 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 da. He was like, no. He said that. He's like, bro, I can kill all of you right now. He took him into space. Like, yo, I can kill all you want.
So you brought the big guns immediately. You don't want to start small. You just make it up for muscle.
No. Yeah, I go from big to little. Pause. But yeah, we could do that. Magneto's character, like I said, his
Black people.
his development, his structure, my Xmen. I'm trying to figure out why he keeps saying that. It's jarring, but you know what I'm saying.
Imagine a question. Can you really say development if we didn't see the beginning character in Mexico?
That's a you problem.
No, I mean,
Anyway,
be honest. Can you really count as character? We know who Magneto is.
Okay, but that's also not fair, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not fair to the series as a whole because this is a continuation.
Exactly.
So, like,
do you see the problem we're trying to cross here?
But that's a problem for y'all to handle, not me.
What are y'all saying is the problem now?
So personally, what Kinesis
They're upset because they hopped in 97 instead of watching 92 and then hop in.
They're saying there's no Magneto character development because they don't have the pre-97 experience with Magneto.
So basically, we have to go back and go watch it.
No, and y'all don't have to do that. I actually have a link for you. That is a 20-minute breakdown of X-Men. I'm gonna send it to you.
Send it to me too, but I'm not. But hear me out.
Send it to me too.
But you see what I'm saying? As like we know who Magneto is, we know who he came from, we know how he feels. We don't even know his upbringing back when he was back in when he was.
I mean, I understand that, but you have to understand that Magneto that you know from the X-Men movie on is different from this Magneto in 97.
I know.
He's not talking about that. He's talking about X-Men 92.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, 92, 97, that's a certain Magneto versus
That's the same Magneto.
no, they're the same Magneto versus all the other Magneto backstories that he knows. So the backstory that you know about Magneto and his family and
real backstory, like the comic book one. I know what you're talking about. But
Okay.
I'm saying you wouldn't know about that if you didn't read them, right? But I'm saying
Your first introduction is 97.
But
Yes.
that's the thing though. They advertise it as a continuation, but it's also a jumping point for people who haven't seen the series. But like Armani said, which is unfortunate, he didn't feel nothing towards Gambit because he didn't watch 92. Had you watched 92, you understand what he went through with the Morlocks and everything like that up to this point. You'd be like, damn, he died for real. Because they had like 3-4 seasons of that, of his character growth, bro. Everything he did, every battle that he had to do.
when he was with the thieves, his brother,
all
all
that
that shit. Yeah.
That's why it meant a lot. So that's why I'm saying, like, that you guys can judge it as 97 as a beginning point for y'all, but for me and Randy and those who have watched the series up to that point, we look at it differently because we watched 92 and 97.
And I agree.
I mean,
And I agree. And I agree. I'm not saying I don't agree. But like I said, you need to know about the other things to know about.
That's what I'm saying. You have to watch those.
That's why I
things.
feel like it's unfair.
It's not fair because that's like me saying, yo, Dragon Ball Z is this because I didn't watch Dragon Ball. I didn't feel anything. You have to watch all of it at once. Or not at once, but like as a kid, Dragon Ball Z, you could jump into Dragon Ball Z without knowing anything about Dragon Ball. But it
You
wasn't
can.
the same.
Like for
you can
example,
jump. Some people jump into Super without
exactly. That's what
doing
I'm
Dragon
saying.
Ball Z.
people that jumped into Z have no idea what it means for Goku to die in the first 10 episodes.
Exactly.
He died in the first 10 episodes. You understand?
You think he'll never come back? You think he'll never come back?
His only son is left with Piccolo. Piccolo was the big bad in Dragon Ball.
Absolutely.
Like, period.
But a lot of people didn't know that
Yeah.
Piccolo was actually
They
Big
had
Bad.
no idea. So their introduction of Piccolo is as, a begrudging new father to go
Exactly.
to,
So and then you wouldn't know his character. And that's a good example. Like Piccolo, for example, you wouldn't know. Like it's like Magneto, for example. I'm glad we even said that. If you don't know anything about Dragon Ball, you don't know how. Just because you saw him in Z and saw what he's doing now, it kind of wouldn't make sense. Hence why I'm trying to say like. You can't count 97 alone as a show compared to the whole Invincible. It didn't make sense. Unless you want to count the whole thing at X-Men, like from 94, 97, and everything we know so far. Yes, but at that point, I don't think.
I mean, even if we did that, that would be bad for y'all.
Duh. I'm not disagreeing with it. It wouldn't make sense.
But I mean, understand.
Comic books have had
Understand. We are not the only ones that are comparing X-Men 97 to Invincible. It's people all over internet, Reddit, YouTube
The
videos.
thing is, they shouldn't just compare 97.
I mean, people are going to compare it because right now these are two prominent animations that are coming out right now, and they're really fucking good.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, just because you're comparing them right now, if we're like a standing alone show, doesn't make sense. Everything that you're saying with 94, 97, everything that you know, yes, that makes sense to compare because you have more depth into it. You know what they're coming from. You know how to put it all together. At that point, even I wouldn't even compare Invincible no more because it wouldn't make any sense. But show alone, Invincible has more depth and has more into the seasons. If you're coming
Off 97 alone.
off 97 alone, but like I said, everything about X-Men, they have years on us. Like I'm not going to argue with that. They have time. You know how deep Genosha can be. You know how deep.
Are you searching for sympathy right now for Invincible?
No, I'm not.
It sound like
It definitely does. It's not fair. They have so much lore. They have so much.
It's like give y'all a chance because I'm not. It's not
A
make
chance.
sense. Yes.
You think we need that?
Yes, you do. Listen.
His argument is 97 itself alone needs
everything.
Needs
That's true.
92's.
It does not need 92. As a person who watched the 92 version
Exactly.
every
Stop
episode.
yourself.
No. I watched that recently. I watched it recently just so I can just familiarize myself with some of the story and stuff like that.
So stop.
But at the same time, hear me out. At the same time, you have to understand 97 is like they're telling this story, although it's a continuation, the storytelling is completely different. The animation is completely different. The characters feel completely different. Like it does not feel like 92 at all, or the stories that we were getting in there at all. Even though that some of them are and they're continuations and giving us answers that we didn't get answers before. Like in 92, they never even stated one time that Cable was Cyclops and the Goblin Queen's daughter or Jean's clone.
Private Goblin Queen.
Well, they don't state it a single time.
They never stated a single time. They finally stated in 97. They finally stated it in 97. 97 is literally going back and cleaning up a lot of the issues they had in 92. And they're making the story wait. Hey, 92 version of X-Men is boring as shit.
See, I'm not crazy, bro.
Bro, the story there is okay, it's cool, whatever. But bro, you will understand why. Like when they went about doing the X-Men movies, they didn't even take shit from 92.
It's the way that they structured
Thank
it.
you. That's all I need to know. Can I say it, please?
97 is almost like its own standalone story. So that's why 97 will be compared to Invincible.
I'm glad you said that.
We're going to compare it. Y'all won't run from it. Y'all will get this work.
So I'm glad you said that. So let me so clear everything else.
For the sake of characters, that's your question.
What do you mean?
The question you're about to ask.
I never got the answer to that.
You haven't finished?
Yeah, because
So you're yapping that long?
You said Magneto.
I said Magneto, but I was gonna name other characters.
Because you got a big bang with Magneto. What else you need?
So wait, what? So what was the question?
I did cut you. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
It was about characters. He said Magneto character development. I stopped him because I said really it can't be Magneto character development because we didn't see who he was beforehand.
Magneto's character development in 97 on its own is so
we're-
completely different from 92.
This season.
And I hear you. But just I know what you're saying. And this season alone, it's still good in 7 episodes. But still, like what we see now is him toggling between like good and bad, right? That's what he's saying. But you're cutting off the Magneto we know who was just bad.
So
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Much because they didn't get to see that side of Magneto.
Thank you. That's
So,
all.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Like if you just jumping into a series like that, you wouldn't know what Magneto did and all the shit
And
he did
that's-
before.
And that's the
main
problem. Now
thing.
you're hindered. You see what you're hindered because you don't know what he was before. He reminds you over and over again who he was.
Malcolm X.
But at the end of the day, you do not need an origin story for Magneto. You don't need to see what he used to do. You know so much lore and information about Magneto. Seeing him like this right now is just
That is
what's the
true.
calling?
It is
So regardless of you seeing 92, you don't need that shit. You know who Magneto is as a character.
And on top of that,
So let's not use that excuse of not seeing these niggas before. You know who he is already.
But just off the shoulder, that's like
'Cause, hey, I'm just using the same Batman argument
No.
that you try to use on me.
We can see because what the thing about it is we know just because we're not seeing what we're seeing, right? Comparing to Invincible, what we're seeing every step of the way, what they're doing, you can see the character development, the growth. You're going in and seeing just Magneto already kind of moving towards that area already. We're not seeing who he was and how he found finished. It's just telling you and reminding you what he used to be off the screen because we didn't see it. If we're just going for 97 alone, we're not seeing anything that he did previously to this. We're just going for 97 alone. This is going to remind you over and over again what he was.
And I think I feel like it's enough for character development.
But you're saying it's enough, but compared to other shows like Invincible, which actually show you the beginning, middle,
I mean,
and
you have to understand, Invincible is the first.
He's the Uche versus Randy.
You have to understand. The Invincible is the first animation for that lore ever. All we had was comics, so of course they're gonna give us. Showing us Mark developing all this stuff and everything. Magneto in X-Men 97, we don't need that shit.
Why?
Even if this was the very understand, hear me out. Even if this was the very first, like X-Men version of this cartoon that they were doing, even if this was the very first season, like let's say X-Men 97.
It's easy to say that though because you still watch 92.
No.
Off your mind is still gonna be there.
Regardless of 92, I know Magneto and all these other fucking movies and everything.
So that probably help you.
Spider-Man. We got Spider-Man for the MCU. Did you see his origin story?
Hell no.
Did you see what he was doing before he was Spider-Man? So why the fuck does that matter? All we doing is learning this fucking Spider-Man right here and right fucking now. Who he is. And that Spider-Man was.
Oh, but firstly, the first couple movies was the origin story. But that's not true.
How was the first couple of what for what?
The first couple movies was the origin story.
What are you talking about?
Okay, but I got one thing.
What are you wait, no. What are you talking about? What was the origin story? What was the origin story?
We can't do it.
I got one thing.
No. Hold on, I just need to know what he said was the origin story. I don't know what he said.
You gotta respect it.
No, I got something
Go ahead.
like that would kind of help out with the X-Men thing.
No, that's fine. I want us to get into that, but right now,
I'm trying to figure out what is the origin story. What did he just say?
Let me finish my point, for Christ's sake,
there's a
man.
reason why I label these things by categories, guys. We're jumping into things we haven't even gotten
That's
into.
what I'm saying.
Okay.
As soon as I say
And
Magneto,
I'm not trying to shut you down.
All right.
Okay.
You sound big.
as soon as I said Magneto,
I told him to chill. Like I say, hey, you start with big context. Like go ahead.
Okay. Before.
That's an extra.
Honestly, you could choose the characters. So.
Can I be chill?
Give us the characters. Give us 3 characters that comes to mind that 497 alone, right?
Mhm.
That is the biggest selling point for the series. 3 characters.
Another big selling point is
Besides Magneto.
Cyclops.
Got that one.
Cyclops, when his frustration was shown on the because he was being PC the whole time, politically correct. And then the frustration, you can see the frustration was getting to him, like with his son. He had to abandon his son. Remember, he said that he did not want to be like his father and abandon his kids, and he ended up doing it. So he did that, and then when his girl was pregnant, the racism, they were like, "Yo, I don't want to give surgery or give birth to a mutie." And that's what he was. All that shit was like building up.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Cyclops is my number one. That whole show, Cyclops.
Yeah, Cyclops had a lot of pent-up frustration, and when he got on the news, they're interviewing him. He was supposed to be PC and be politically correct, but he couldn't do it. He said, "Bro, no matter what we do, it's never good enough for you guys."
I love that,
bro.
I loved it. I loved it.
All the frustration was coming out, pouring out on TV, and it was the truth. And I felt that. I was like, "Damn."
What did he say? He said something. We should end y'all or something.
He said it's something like that, but it was really like genuine.
It was scary. It was some scary. Cyclops turned scary for me for a second.
It is talking
So what's another compelling character?
And so if Cyclops is like that other side of the spectrum, Storm is like that other side of the spectrum, which was like, her fear of the Shadow. That was a Shadow King, by the way. I don't know if y'all know who that is. Shadow King is Storm's biggest fear.
He's back, bro?
Yeah, he never dies. But Storm's biggest fear is like closed spaces. That's been her fear for years.
Claustrophobia.
Claustrophobia. So that everything Shadow King was making her go through and everything, when she finally was able to do it, she got her power because she got shot with an anti-mutant gun. You know what I'm saying? So she was struggling with that, bro. That being a mutant is that's all she wanted. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, not necessarily, because if you remember at the beginning when she was talking to Jean, she told Jean how sometimes she often thought about being human. And then it literally comes back into the story of her.
I'm a human.
Yeah. And that was something. It was something she hated it, but it was something that she felt like she really wanted to do, which she was muting her own powers from reigniting and shit like that. So, Storm's story is just
Mentally blocked on powers.
a masterpiece.
Yeah,
She mentally blocked her powers
And she
because she literally she was tired. She wanted to be human. Even though she showed on the outside that she couldn't deal with it and she didn't like it and she was frustrated.
That's like a trigger kind of thing to like. She probably thought that her power was taken away, but it was really her. So it's like, you know what I'm saying.
What you put Rogue in that over Storm?
That's another guy.
Rogue with
Storm was not.
Nigga, there's hey, understand there's so many.
No, there's not so many.
There's so many.
Hold on.
There's so many.
In 97 alone? No.
In 97 alone, there's so many. We can talk about so many stories.
That's fine. Y'all got this. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the last one I'm gonna say is actually what he said was Rogue, and I kind of want to mention Gambit as well, but Rogue, like, if you, it's another reason why I say it's kind of unfair for y'all, but not for me. If you know what she's been through up to this point, that's why it's relevant now. Her powers, I don't know if y'all know, you know Captain Marvel, right?
She took a lot of his power, yeah.
She took a lot of her powers, and not only that, she took her nightmares. It's been like haunting her for like years and shit.
Wait, just to clarify for the sake of the audience, you're saying Captain Marvel took Rogue's powers?
No, Rogue took her powers because her mom's sick.
But not in 97. They're trying to use something from a different show that happened long. But even though we're trying to compare only 97, but
Which still makes it unfair.
But still, it makes it unfair. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
so just saying. I mean, but you know that, right?
It is, but
You know that.
Nigga wrote it out.
Hey,
But you know that, right? You know that 97. We know that. We know that because we're supposed to know that.
That's like saying
That's
like saying it's unfair to compare 97 to season 2 of Invincible. That's irrelevant, bro. That doesn't make any sense.
But that's fair too. I agree with y'all.
So wait, for the sake of this argument, are you saying it would have been better for both sides to argue the second season of Invincible with 97?
If you want to,
either seasons. It doesn't really matter. It's a toss up. They could do both. They could Drake us. You know what I'm saying? They could whatever, bro. Yeah, you could use 2 seasons on our 1 season. We do season 1 versus season 1.
Fair fight. Y'all win with unanimously. I'm not disagreeing with that. Season 1, compared to Xmen 97, you're winning. Season 2, season Xmen 97, you're winning. All of Invincible versus just 97, you're not winning. So I'm trying to say, it's like you're nerfing yourself because you don't. If people who don't watch X-Men just see 97, you're getting what you just got. You don't know nothing else. But we know too much about what we've read, seen, lore already. That's why you would put 97 or X-Men over that.
You know what helped 97? If they just revamped 92, just get it like that.
A fair fight, y'all win.
97 back.
You're being hindered. That's what I'm trying to say.
I feel like I'm getting hindered. Yeah,
you can't do that to the fans who watched the original.
But when you talking about
to make it better,
I still don't see how we're being hindered. I don't see how we're losing.
But no, this is a new generation.
We're doing it again. It's just,
if you don't say this, cool. I find this out 3 times. I hate you.
Mind you, this is a new generation. We're getting new people in. We're getting like a full new audience. You have to get them like up to date real fast. And what if nobody wants to go back and go to 92 to go watch all of that?
Okay. Let me ask you this.
That's why I wanted.
Let me literally ask y'all niggas this.
What's up?
You watched that Batman movie, right?
Yeah.
What did you get in there? You got no origin. You just saw a nigga in a bat suit playing pretend Batman. The newest one. It was not an origin story.
We're not arguing Batman.
No. We're not arguing Batman. What I'm saying is, Batman didn't give us enough detail, enough background on characters, or none of that shit. But niggas, the world loved it. Spider-Man was the same way. We didn't get background story on Spider-Man. We just jumped into his world and dealt with whatever the fuck he was dealing with right then and there. Why are y'all saying that X-Men needs 92 to be revamped in order for you to understand 97? You don't need that. You need no origin stories.
They like him because they love Spider-Man too much no matter what it is. People love Spider-Man. Same thing with Batman. People see characters. People love Spider-Man. People love Batman. Doesn't matter what you say. Doesn't matter where you start from. They're going to love it. Just leave it alone. No matter what you say about everyone knows about them and they love it no matter what.
There's too many X-Men cartoons. There's too many X-Men movies. There are more X-Men movies than there are fucking Avengers.
Okay, on to the next category.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, you mentioned 3.
You mentioned 4 characters.
You mentioned 3 characters. I want to mention 3 characters that are different from his.
I'm gonna name Rogue and tell you why. I mean,
go ahead, say Rogue and why. Go ahead and let us know why Rogue.
But just stay on
Just the character,
just in 97.
Okay.
So it doesn't Captain Marvel.
Rogue, you know what I'm saying, the loving character she is. She's a, like I said, loving character. But after her, the one person she truly loved died. You know what I'm saying? She turned dark. Even face off against Captain America.
What'd you say? 2 people she died? What did she say? 2 people she loved died?
He said the one person she truly loved died.
Yeah.
I feel like she loved both of them.
I think she definitely loves both of them.
Bro, she
doesn't know.
She doesn't know. She thinks they're both dead.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
true.
she lost 2.
Nigga, she lost both of them.
That's what y'all too. So go ahead.
So she lost a lot, and it was so. And on top of that, when her brother comforted her, I felt that, bro. That was, you know, that was something that I actually, because nobody else could have like actually gotten to her. And then when she killed, what's his name? And then Morph was like, "Yo, this is who we are now."
Yeah.
And it's literally drawn a line. Her actions literally drew a line, you know, in the sand for the Xmen. And you don't know where things are going to go from him because of her actions.
Absolutely.
That death flipped the switch in her brain.
Okay, thank you. I want him to get into the meat of it. The plot.
We done gave it away already.
I mean, y'all already gave it away, but we'll start off with the team Invincible. Starting off with you, Armani.
Yeah.
You know, this is plot. Season 1 and Season 2's great moments of the season. We're not talking about certain dialogues of this character. I mean, you can, but let's not go down the rails of what conspired within that dialogue. We're talking about the plot.
I think we should just focus on season 2 for Invincible.
Season 2.
Since they, you know,
Okay, since it is
yeah.
the Chinese season. All right.
Why?
No, that's the way they want to do it. So.
I mean, that's to make it better.
Y'all said if all of Invincible versus
No,
X-Men,
see,
Yes. All of Invincible versus X-Men 97, bro. All of it, bro. All of it, bro.
You already won fairly. No matter what we do, you're not beating X-Men 97 fairly. That's the truth. But what the argument was that you're not.
You haven't even finished 97, let alone 92.
Not gonna. If you didn't finish 97,
Bro.
I really want to talk. But it's like 97, you have to finish.
All right, guys, it's Armani's turn.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Monty. I will never disrespect you again.
What?
I mean, one thing I will say about X-Men 97, I love how you know, that it's doing the whole old Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, like which way is right type shit. I like that. I fuck with it.
It's more to it.
It's more to it, but like damn near like it's presenting that to you every episode.
Okay.
But I just feel like I just fuck with Invincible a lot more. Just Mark dealing with being a superhero and all the things that it comes with. I fuck with it a lot. Like he's really contemplating, is killing a person the right thing to do? He really went through a whole episode doing that shit. I need to stop cursing. But
So what's the plot for season 2?
One of the worst episodes, man.
What'd you say?
What's the plot for season 2?
Mark moping?
no,
We ain't that's
Mark taking on the responsibilities of being.
I'm ignoring you further.
I'm good on him. Oh my god, I just killed somebody who was evil and tried to kill me and my family.
But Mark just trying to like cope with actually just dealing with being a superhero, all the responsibilities of it, what it comes with, the risk, the loss, and certain things that are gonna be put in danger, like his family.
All right, thank you. Richard?
I mean, besides Mark, man, I'm gonna move to his dad. Like the way he was raised, what his belief was, his whole mission. Like, you know, you're a soldier, you have a mission to take over the planet, cool, whatever. Now you're introducing new emotions to new family, and the Earth is changing. Mind you, he'll be a pivotal Earth that's weak, full of people, but apparently they're swaying him, changing his mind. And mind you, you can even see him in the new season, or go on the planet, talk about some. Hey, he's like this. Why do I care about these people? Why do I do that? He can't understand. Like I like how he's not. He's really trying to. He has new emotions and he's trying to figure himself out. So like forget like Invincible himself. Like I want to see more into what he has, like where he left off, and see how he moves off into his character.
Okay. Judy?
This is plot, right?
Yeah.
Simply put,
Different characters. If you're gonna use character.
like simply put, I'm picking and sticking with Invincible. Like it's just that simple for me. But watching the progression of, we have our people on the side, like me, I'm an Alan the Alien fan, you know, and bro's now gotten up and he's like, kind of strong now.
Me hands.
You know, like, get this.
I don't agree with him now.
I'm kind of strong now. And then you see someone tweak out on him, with what I'm going to go into next, the Immortal, and we're watching like he has finally cracked out of all that he's experienced. He was Martin Luther King. He was a cave. I said, he was Abe Lincoln. He's a caveman, but he's lost Kate. You feel me? Because of the battle that they have with the Lizard League, who came back on some straight murder stuff. You feel me? Because we talking about them in season 1, they were scrubs. Remember, Rex walks in, he goes, "Did these guys suck?" Now, of course, they don't have none of their heavy hitters, but these guys came in on timing, bro. Like, kill everything. Like they did murder everything. And of course, even though they did some terrible damage, they end up losing like scrubs too. Bro was too cocky. You shot man's in the head, didn't double tap, and when he gets up, you're gonna monologue around him. Bro said, shut up. I was just thinking about Lucha all the time. That'd be some him shit, you feel me? But like, yeah,
Damn, that's crazy stuff.
that's how they pulled that.
Double shot.
Alright. Okay, Team Xmen. Start out you, Kanice.
We're talking about plot, not characters, right? Because it sounds
Like you can use characters that
Thrive to
Maybe
make
not the plot, dumbass.
but just focus on the character.
yeah, because that just sounds like some character shit. But anyways, the plot for what I'm saying is, as you know, the race is still against mutants, and not only do they have to deal with mutants versus people, you have mutants versus mutants, like Dr. Sinister. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do experiments on still trying to create that perfect combination of Cyclops and Jean. He's still obsessed with that. And then you have for those who don't know, I think the Master Mold, the guy who created it.
Striker. No, it's not Striker. His name is start with a T.
The scientist. The one over.
What a German name is.
Well, Randy looks it up, but you guys, know what I'm talking about. But yeah, he's still like against them as well. And then you have another. I think that future version of Magneto or something. I don't know who that was at the end of the season.
What is that? A future? I knew I was a twist.
Yeah, it might have been a future version of Magneto. I don't know who it is, but that dude,
what are you talking about?
Xavier.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
knows
does
that.
that.
Exactly. So like, there's a whole bunch of
Trask. That's
Bolivar Trask. So like you have Trask as well. Like you have a lot of moving pieces going on. It's not just like the racism they're dealing with. It's a lot of comic book. You have the real life stuff that's going on. The things that we can relate to, and then they have the comic book. So we're getting both sides.
Absolutely.
So that's what's so beautiful about X-Men. Like it's like everybody can either relate to it or you can just enjoy it for what it is. And the story is moving forward with the villains. They're pushing it forward. The characters, it's character driven as well, but the plot's what's moving it. The issues that I have with the Invincible is, well, not really an issue, but it's like when you ask for plot, it's just really character driven. The characters are moving the story before, so it's missing that plot that maybe there's
Like in regards to like the bigger picture.
Yeah, I mean the Viltrumites invading, that's their plot, I guess, but like it's really character driven.
I disagree.
The Viltrumian invasion is character driven, brother.
You didn't hear what I said?
Just making sure.
Get the monkey wax out of your ears.
So you said
This should be a concept of how
So say
I said the Viltrumites is their plot, but it's like 20% focused on that or 30% focused on that, and it's mainly character driven.
But
I mean,
game.
So for, like I said, X-Men, like I said, it's a lot of moving parts. You got the stuff going on in the future. You got the stuff going on in the present with the mutants versus humans, and then you got Dr. Sinister plotting some shit. And then you got his alliance with the dude, and then you got Bolivar Trask. Like it's a lot of moving pieces that's going on within the story.
I can give you that. I can give you. You want to go ahead?
I honestly do. Like with X-Men 97, bro, it's
mid.
no, it's just it's pretty much like that comic book style of writing and plot, you know what I'm saying? Like of storytelling and shit like that. Like what we're used to, you know what I'm saying? Action packed, epic moments. We literally see superheroes being superheroes and what they deal with within that job of being a superhero. You know what I'm saying? And maybe just minor issues around it. Whereas Invincible, you know what I'm saying? Invincible is a very good show. I like to classify Invincible like a soap opera for adults.
It's a drama.
I give it like a T.
It's a soap opera, and it focus.
You know what I forgot to mention? I forgot to mention the aliens in space. Nigga,
that was one of the biggest stories,
bro,
especially with Professor X fuck? We finding out that this nigga's still alive. He's still there. They now want to lobotomize my nigga. Like, literally, Professor X left with that bitch. The bitch told him, you can never have contact with your children again.
This is only 7 episodes.
Hey. Hold on. Hey, she's telling my nigga Professor X, you can never have contact with your children again. If you really love me, you'll stay here with me. He agrees to that. Now her sister swoops in. Hey, you need to lobotomize this nigga. If he's really down for you, he really love you. And you got the fucking queen talking about, you know what? Sis, you're fucking right. Hey, Xavier, you need to lobotomize yourself.
Hey, y'all lead so well, but that one right there, I'm not gonna like I said, y'all pace yourself very well. Like even though it was very short, I did a lot of stuff and y'all made it look good. Like that's one thing. That's when I mind you, even swayed me. I was like, this okay. Until you got to that point, I'm glad you're right about that because I was like I said, I didn't know Charles ever died. Right, even unless you read it.
I mean, it says they discuss it at the beginning of the very first episode. Within the first 5 minutes, that is talked about.
We know he died. I'm saying like this. Like I said, you didn't really know how he got to that point. All this stuff. If you actually, if you didn't watch 97, you should know. You know what I'm saying? But we got that because they just told us and stuff like that. But and the whole thing about him being over there, I was very confused. I was like, oh, he's out there. I was like, what's going on out here? Mind you. Like I said, to me, that was very left field because even I kind of forgot about that part, to be honest with you. And so, that's the first time, like I said, as I was watching that show, I was like this, who are these people? I said, who are these people? I was like, who are these niggas? Like I said, everything else you said, you have me, you got me. I'm glad you're right at that because now I feel like I'm back on my side again because everything else, I'm so sorry. They had me. I was losing. Because when I said the story extra some good. Cable, that's his kid. I said, Cable is nice. Cyclops, number one guy for me. His whole character development, this whole thing about him, the way he was just.
That's because they gave us a true Cyclops.
And I love it. And I love it because imagine
all that shit we've been seeing in the movies and stuff is not who Cyclops really is.
I'm not even gonna go on that. Like I'm just gonna stay on topic. Like. I feel like his like even the main focus mostly like I'm not saying everything like wasn't the whole. There's a lot there's a lot of areas you can go through, but I feel like his was like the for me like it was like the main thing. Everything was falling behind because mind you, of course the whole world between the whole mutant gets the human. Well, that's the main plot.
Yeah.
But in I feel like right after that you hear Cyclops going through it with making choices between him and Bo, Jane, and
Madeline Pryor.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Gene 1, Gene 2. and these people and the fact that you don't know when they switch, you can tell in the comic book they tell you who's when they switch. Because like I'm just not sitting alone.
Yeah.
You don't know when they switch. And I love it. Not even knowing it, it's been better because now I'm like this. I feel for Cyclops. I see like he has to make a choice, right? He's messing up his mind. They saw him talk to Madeline Pryor, talk to those
telepathically. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, psychically cheating.
This is the only thing I'm sure of. And I feel him because, I know for sure that's my kid. Yeah, she's the mom. Other than that, nothing else is real to me.
They've had something that they built together that she doesn't have with Jean yet.
Yes. And I remember we discussed it earlier.
Yeah.
Talk about some,
you sympathize with him and like,
and what you said something along like it's an easy choice.
It's an easy choice because when you when you have a baby with somebody, you have that bond that you don't have with anybody else.
Absolutely.
So
and I love when he said that. But hear what I'm saying? Like you still gotta understand that he still has to love the woman too because he loves both Jeans. They're both the same person.
I mean, he thought it was Jean, so he still.
That's so funny.
You see what I'm saying? They're still the same person in there.
Yeah, they are.
Just one has the baby, but one for sure is the clone. And I'm thinking to myself like he made it sound like an easy choice at first. I was like, because the baby, of course, the baby's
not only that, like. They're in all honesty, you don't know when they switched.
He doesn't know when they switched.
And that bond you have, they both experienced it. So
absolutely.
So what difference does it make?
So are you supposed to stop caring about one? Are you supposed to stop caring about one because you just know you have a baby with the other, even though that's the real one?
But that's the thing though. Cyclops never chose though.
It's the same for him.
He never chose. He just still loves them both equally. I just think he loves Madeline more now that he knows that she's the one with the baby. Yes. They have the same memories, bro. They have the same memories.
Just because you know you have a baby with that person and you know that's the clone, They both have the same memories. How do you just choose the one with the baby and not forget that's the real one that you were raised with was what
Because the one
because the
because
bond you had with them is real regardless.
no, because you're neglecting. Because if you choose one, you're neglecting the one you that's the real one that you got that got not only did it get captured, also they made a clone of her. You're neglecting that one who's the real one.
even though she's the real one, he had a baby with the clone. So that one that he had the baby with, their connection is a lot stronger.
So
It's why he was psychically cheating with Madeline.
Are you going to neglect the one that you originally started off with versus the
because at the end of the day, the bond is they both experience that bond. You don't know when they switch, so you can't even tell when that time that you fell in love with her. If you fell in love with the original Jean or you fell in love with the
You don't know.
I
don't know.
But
So
is
it
it
doesn't
that
matter.
easy?
No, it's not that easy. We see Cyclops struggling with it.
That's what I'm saying.
We see him struggling.
That's what I love.
We see him struggling with it.
I want you to understand.
I agree.
Neglecting the original who got captured, tested on other stuff just because you have a baby with somebody else, and that's you got tricked for that.
It sounds like men.
It just, hey, my nigga was just like, Cyclops was really just mentally just distraught, and he's just like confused and don't really know what to believe and what not to believe.
And that's the
It was so wonderful. Even seeing Jean like come back to life. I mean, the real Jean kiss Wolverine, and then 5 minutes later scold Scott for cheating on her psychically with Madeline. It's bro.
That's why I put Cyclops number one, because you don't have to rewatch anything else to understand what Cyclops was going through from episode 1 to episode 7. His was not from episode 1 all the way to episode 7. You don't need anything else. Everybody else, you might need to know some back lore behind them. Cyclops, you may know whatever you want to. They focus on him, and I love that. They focus on him a little bit more. And I love that.
I love that for them.
Wow.
And one last thing. Yeah, you guys harped on you guys was talking about Invincible. You know what that sounds like to me? Spider-Man. Everything you said, like, that's a cool story. Spider-Man did the exact same thing you guys are liking about Invincible, but better. I know it's not fair. Balancing life as a superhero, trying to live a normal life, so on and so forth, balancing school. Spider-Man did the exact same thing. So
Honestly, I have to disagree with you on that. I'm sorry, I had to cut you off. I have to disagree with you on that. I think Invincible has way more weight to it than Spider-Man.
what do you mean?
Like, as far as like emotional impact, I think it has way more weight to it. I mean, like, from not even what we've seen so far, but what we know in the story. My nigga, I don't think there's ever been a superhero story where they talk about, spoiler alert, that Mark, he gets raped. I don't think there's any superhero story where a superhero literally gets raped
Other
by somebody else stronger.
Season 2. We're not talking about.
But I mean, I just think it's the story.
But what I'm saying is that the reason why I say what I said, because Spider-Man not only has to deal with that. I know we're talking about a different topic right now, but he has to worry about bills. He has to worry about taking care of his aunt. He has to worry about all that stuff while dealing with supervillains and everything. That's why I said this is something that I've seen before, but dealing with you're Superman with problems, and I'm like,
So
I
you
feel
feel
you, but it's like
Empire?
the Empire is cool, but I understand.
I don't know. I feel like Invincible is just a little bit different from Superman because like we really see what he deals with and what he goes through outside of being a superhero.
I just see
as opposed to Spider-Man.
I just see a better version of it being told. I've never seen another X-Men.
There's a clear bridge to both of you's points that I think we're missing very importantly here. You believe that Spider-Man does a better job of balancing, or maybe even tells a story better. I won't talk about like telling a story better, but the balancing act, the weight of their abilities in respect to the world around them changes everything about how the same story is being told.
Yes.
So Invincible is a much harder pull because his power set and where he is, like he's so high up in the verse that it is demanded of him to be that guy, and that guy don't have time for shit else. All Spider-Man do is swing between buildings, bro.
That's not true.
Listen to me, bro. Is he getting his face put through trains?
Yes.
Holding buildings up as
Yes.
people fall around
Yes.
him?
Yes.
No, you're not
I
telling
mean,
me.
Spider-Man
yes,
literally.
I'm talking about Omni-Man versus Invincible. Is there anything Spider-Man comes close to on the pure level of destruction?
Yes.
Now you're smoking dick, bro.
I'm not.
I'm talking about the
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be missing that aspect of it.
Hell no.
I see what you're saying though. Like
I see what you are saying now.
What we will do moving forward is we're going to ask.
Shock callers and everybody shit. Whoever talks against her will get shocked.
Hey, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. But since you,
Well,
hold on, since you are Chitty, Invincible, right? All right, I'll ask you guys 2 questions, but the second question will have 2 parts to it. All right. So the first question is, what would you rate the series you're defending? So in your case, Invincible. Over
Season
10.
2.
Season 2.
Can't do season 2. We were arguing the whole thing.
Oh yeah, with the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing.
We've been talking about that the
That's
whole
what we're
time.
talking about the whole thing.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, we were in the whole
That's weird.
time. No, we told you what would happen.
What do we
Stop
rate?
here.
What do we rate out of 10?
1 out of 10?
Yeah, 1
Invisible?
10.
Go
Out of
first.
10. What would you rate it?
8.
What about you? Show any of yours.
As a whole thing?
Yeah.
Ain't perfect yet. 8.2.
8.2. Okay. Armani?
You were like 8.8.
Okay, so I'm asking you guys the second question. It's 2 parts. Pretty much after this question, then the second part is that you're explaining why. So, what would you rate Xmen 97? Given that yours is, you said 8.2, right?
He hasn't finished.
I can't accurately give a rating, so
Can't give a rating?
He's just laughing for no reason.
What would you rate, Uche, what would you rate Xmen 97? It can't be as good as yours since you're
I
already
would say 8.
at 8.
He swayed me. I ain't gonna lie. He did sway me. That conversation with the plot thing, yeah, I got that one.
Okay.
Except for the last part. I like 7.9 because I already fucked up with that last part.
7.9?
Yes, like 7.5.
Like 7.5? Alright.
How the hell did you go down 4 points?
That last part with the whole Charlie Xavier, if I was just a show alone, yeah, I might get that. But
sounds
I was right with it either, but
like, I was with y'all. Y'all had me with the plot. And then I realized I was like, damn, you really have to know something else about this to understand the last
but
part.
I understand like
But I see why.
bro, you really don't have to know
It's only
that.
7 episodes.
No worries, no worries.
I ain't know. I'm with the show alone.
Really don't have
Go
to.
ahead, go ahead.
Mamani, what would you rate X-Men 97 and why?
I give it like an 8. I feel like it's a standalone show. If I'm just strictly just talking about this season alone, and just being a new person watching it, I give it an 8. I like the characters. I like where it's going. It's putting up a lot of people that I didn't know about on the screen, and I'm fucking with it so far.
All right. Thank you. All right. For Kenise, you and Randy for Team X-Men 97, what would you rate your series that you're defending?
Xmen 97 alone, right?
Yes.
A 9.3.
9.3. Randy?
Not gonna lie, 10.
10?
That's
all right.
You give Alien 10.
That's
lazy.
fucking.
All right.
I don't really give anything a 10.
No worries,
He
no worries.
doesn't,
No worries.
but
All
he's
right.
lazy.
Now,
That's
what would
so
you rate? What would you rate Kenise Invincible season 2, season 1 and 2? Sorry.
Season 1 and 2,
Be honest, please.
8.7. Respectable.
Why?
That's
Why?
respectable.
Why are you that rating?
Because, like I said, bro, if I'm looking at it like how it's structured and everything, the pacing is kind of weird. Like the way it's released is weird. But if I'm just gonna look at it like straight, if I'm binge watching it all at once, it's really the fights and the characters that's carrying the story.
Okay.
The plot is for now
Growing.
it's still growing, but it's not focused on like that. You know what I mean? So it's still more to be desired for me. You know what I mean? So that's it.
All right. Randy, what would you said you give your rating X-Men 97 10?
Mm-hmm.
What would you rate Invincible?
Invincible, man. Probably like a 7.5, 7.5, 8.
That's crazy.
Go to hell. Why?
It's like Buffy the Vampire Slayer to me as a soap opera. You know what I'm saying? It's really about the superheroes and the people around them, not superheroes doing their job. It's more so about them being superheroes and how they live and how the people around them live and react with them.
All right, so
So-
I got one last question for you. What do you believe, since you did give a good explanation on Invincible, what do you feel or what do you believe the series should do in order to bring it up to the standards as that which you put X-Men 97?
I don't know. I would. I don't know, man, because I really feel like X-Men 97 is definitely doing its own thing right now. I don't want Invincible to be like it, but Bro, they need to fix their pacing issues and some of their writing needs to get tighter too, bro. Um, I don't think there is just memorable dialogue from there that I could take. Like when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, animations, television shows, shit like that. Three things that I look at is pacing, right? You know what I'm saying? How pretty much the story arcs and everything play into the episode and into the room of understanding the plot and everything, right? Also, the second thing I look for is individual character development, how the characters develop their personalities and the adversity through the episodes as overall. You know what I'm saying? Then the last thing is beyond the action scenes, is there dialogue that makes me resonate or connect with characters and the show. And I don't think Invincible had number three more than X-Men did.
Wait, hold on before you. I want Kenise to speak as well. All right, is that
And
everything you got to say?
yeah,
I appreciate it. Kenise, what do you feel as though Invincible needs to do in order to bring it up to the standard as you rated X-Men?
For me, I feel like a lot of these characters are very reactionary. Everything that goes on is reaction based. Nobody's being active towards anything.
that's a good point. That's a
Yeah.
very good point.
And another thing is, these spin-offs, like for Eve, for instance, you know, I like her character and everything, but most of what people fell in love with wasn't really this first two seasons. It was really the spin-off and stuff like that. It was a lot of that was a big part for a lot of
I just want to clarify before you keep going. By reaction based, I mean you mean like how the story makes them react, and then how they move towards the story after that.
So Mark, I don't know why. Mark gets his ass whooped multiple times in this series, but yeah, I've never seen this dude train in his life and like to get better with his powers or be stronger. So but like that right there, like when I watch other superheroes, they always try to master their craft to be better superheroes for not only themselves, but for the people what the city needs. And Mark, he's not really doing that. And a lot of the superheroes, like Cecil's probably the most active character in there. Like he's the one that's always looking for like things just in case something happens.
Yeah, he's more proactive.
He's more proactive than everybody else.
He is.
Yeah, so,
Mark is reactive, bro.
yeah, he's
And the only time he did train was literally when his dad took him out there
yeah,
after he got his powers. That's reactive.
and I'm
I'm saying that depends on preference. Like you just want more a proactive character, you want more.
no. I want a balance of everything.
I mean, not gonna lie, in stories, your main character is supposed to be proactive.
Yeah.
Was they supposed to? It depend on the story.
No.
I'm saying like you can
This
have
is-
a balance.
Read
You
every
have a
book about storytelling. Your
Yeah.
character is supposed to be proactive,
They're like
never reactive.
Like
Things don't just sit there and happen to them.
it's a great point. It's a great point that they're bringing. Like they drive the story. It's not the story
Driving them.
Yes, it's
And
not a
in
plot.
Invincible, the story is driving him everywhere. You feel me? Like there's nothing I'm sitting here. I'm like, all right. Like the most proactive thing he did was give Alan books. I'm so dead ass. That is the most proactive single thing he did was, hey, here's an idea. I can't go with you. Like him making a decision, yeah, I can't just up and leave, giving him the books. That's the most proactive thing he did. Everything else has been thrust upon him. Oh, hey, you're here. Help me defend this planet. Hey, you have a brother. Help him.
Hey, we need you in space.
We need you in space. Hey, like, yeah.
There are many, but there. What did you say? There are many stories. Actually, I feel like there is like many stories. Like you know how a person doesn't want that power or want that or would be king, for example, and then the world makes him become that person.
That's a story of something happening to you. I'm not knocking whatever else is there, but I'm just saying this is an aspect of Invincible that just happens to so be.
Okay, so cut you off right there. You're done with your points in regards to what you feel
Oh,
the series needs to do.
So yeah, the actors.
I was gonna do it, but then they was trying to call me like nothing. Just go ahead.
but no. So that aspect, like not only that, Cecil and Alan are the only two active characters. I would even say the mom's more active than proactive than Mark. But another thing is I said pacing issues. I said proactiveness, and I think another thing that like I said is that I haven't said yet is probably. I don't know. It's just like they're focused on the goriness. Yeah, it's cool. It is gory and stuff like that. But it's like I've seen so much of it. It doesn't have the same impact that it had in season 1. Like, oh, his intestines is falling out. I've seen that 7 times already, bro. Like, the only time that I really saw it in season 2 that I really like was like, oh damn, was when Rex fought. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew that shit was getting serious. But bro, I saw the King Beast like crush this dude's inside, and he came back, and I was like, yeah, it's not hitting the same anymore. You gotta conserve some of that stuff for later. I mean,
Something about Dragon Ball Z, but we'll move on from that topic. What do you think?
No worries, no worries.
I'm just throw shade. I'm just saying, like,
Man,
Is that everything you got to say?
yeah, that's everything.
it's. I mean, I just want to say something else, man. I just think X-Men is it's packed with more epic moments, and it's just more of our traditional comic style of storytelling with superheroes,
When,
right?
when shit happens in X-Men, it means something. You know what I'm saying? It's something it's like a long lasting effect. When genocide happens, other than that train scene in Invincible 1, it meant a lot. But now I'm seeing a lot of the train scenes happening again. But like in the X-Men, when Genosha happened, everybody was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wasn't Uatu there? Like, oh shit, the Watcher's here. We're fucked.
Okay, so thank you. All right, so Team Invincible. I'm gonna start off with Uche. What do you feel as though X-Men 97 needs to do in order to ramp it up to the expectations, or rather the rating as you gave Invincible?
to be honest with you, more episodes.
Or
More episodes. Like everything, like X Men '97 was nothing bad with it. I just feel like they dive a little bit like deeper. Like they did the thing they needed to do with 6, 7 episodes. Give me a couple more episodes, and then I'll probably say something the whole Invincible. Because like, listen, like as a lone, if I came in there blindfolded with nothing else about X Men, I would not have got some of the things that are in that show. The only things you probably get in that show is Cyclops for the full T and G, right? Other than that, dive more episodes. Shit, you can do exactly what you just did. Add some more. Add some like maybe like 4. Yeah, 4. The way they were moving, those 3 or 4 episodes. You didn't gotta do too much because they were already doing a lot. You know. Then I move. Other than that,
under 30 minutes is crazy.
and it like I said, that's the time. Whoever wrote this went crazy because the fact that you did all that in 7 episodes, and I was like, He said I got to episode 7. I said, what do you mean? Like, what can you do in 2 episodes? And they showed me what they can do in 2 episodes. They didn't know.
Start money.
Whatever. I think it was like an 8, solid 8. Something that can like make it like really good that I feel like will really like help it out tremendously. It's just before they even released 97, I just feel like what they should have did earlier, like what I said earlier, just revamp the 92, leading into 97, everything would be solved. Well, not solved, but like everything would just it would have more
impact.
More because I would care about like Gambit really dying. I mean, it was like, whoa, what the fuck? And like Kenosha, I was like, damn, like that's crazy. Like it reminds me of like Tulsa, you know.
If you know, you know.
Like yeah,
Like you kind of got a brief overview of what Genosha was, but you got a brief overview of what Genosha was. But if you actually saw like how Genosha was made, all that other stuff, but like how it got set up, it would have hit harder when you saw
it would
it
have hit way harder.
way harder. We would've- I feel like that already, like just a little bit, but because it was like very random when it happened, but it would hit a lot more.
Oh yeah, one last thing. I really wanted to like give props to X-Men about like the political stances and stuff, like how they were trying to establish Genosha as a world nation and get it, you know, like you know how you go and start up. Well, not do you know, but like basically they were trying to get it started like a new nation and have it in the united front. You know what I'm saying? Like with America, Africa, and everything like that. That's what their plan was.
They're supposed to be in Tulsa.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like their own Tulsa, but they destroyed that hoe. Like a bombing. You know, you heard about Tulsa, right? How they bombed the banks and everything. It's basically like that. So that right there, it hits home. But that's probably the only negative I wish that I had. I mean, not I wish that I had, but I had was the fact that we didn't get enough time to spend in Genosha. But the fact that we didn't have that much time to spend in Genosha and it still hit, you know what I'm saying? Just gotta get props to it.
All right. So,
I was about to say the last
with
thing.
everything that you have one last thing to say?
One last thing.
All right.
Shout out Emma Frost is in the show.
Yeah, she was. She was in
Yeah.
the show for like a
Her-
second.
All right. So on the count of three of everything Keisha said, repeat after me. 1, 2, 3. We don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
No,
What the fuck? Like, what's wrong? What, bro? Move.
The White Queen.
Move, bro.
Oh, brother.
Not set alone, no one knows who that is.
No, I'm not even understanding that.
No,
But
we know every Friday. She's gonna be cold tomorrow on the cover. We know. Change Cyclops. I know.
Don't let me get Dr. Umar on me, man.
That's crazy.
but we're gonna move on into a more interesting shit.
Yo, guys, it's your boy Kenise,
It's your man, Cheaty.
and thank you guys so much for watching the video.
If you like what you've seen, like, comment, share. And if you want to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Hey, yo, it's the Villains Talk Podcast, and we're signing out.